Over the years, as I have worked with hundreds of different agencies, consulted them, scaled them, and also built my own agencies to 7 figures, I have seen that one massive issue that agencies have is the pricing. And when I say pricing, more specifically, charging high prices. So charging retainers, performance fees, whatever, but charging big enough retainers. Like a lot of agencies, they start out and they can easily charge $1,000 or $2,000 a month for their service. Again, like no matter what service they provide. But their big issue is how to take this and transition into charging $5,000 to $10,000 a month retainers. Because obviously you don't have to be a genius to understand that if you are able to go from charging 1K a month to charging 5K a month, that's gonna have like a massive increase in your profitability if everything else stays the same. You know, if right now you are selling, for example, $2,000 a month retainer, let's say you run a cold email lead generation agency and you charge 2K a month, and your cost to fulfill, like your gross costs, are $500 a month per client. So afterwards, you're left with 1.5K. Your profit margin is 75% and you're left with 1.5K. If you're able to change this $2,000 retainer to $5,000 retainer while keeping your costs the same, you like triple your profit. You go from 1.5K to 4.5K a month in profit per client, aka you 3x it. Really basic back of the napkin math. There isn't really anything magical about this actual revolution, but of course, once you make 3 times more per client, hiring really good talent is easier. You can spend more to acquire these clients. You can use really cool lead magnets or whatever. You can run ads, use more expensive tools. Your life is just way better once this happens. A lot of agencies struggle with this. They don't really have a clear roadmap on how to go from charging. And I'll just use the writing tool again for the future because my handwriting is pretty bad with the pen. But like most agencies really struggle making the transformation from 2K a month retainers or whatever shit. Oh, wow. Going from 2K a month retainers to charging 5K a month retainers. And we also used to struggle with this obviously years ago. But when I first started, I had like a really hard time understanding what is the difference between these two. Like how can I charge 5,000 instead of 2,000? Like nowadays, for the longest time, for the last like year and a half, we have charged really predictable like $6,000 to $8,000 a month retainers for doing cold email, and for like other services also like really high pricing. And so these are usually like 20, 30K contracts that you're able to sign. And a lot of people think that we have some like really special magic sauce, like we have some crazy process that we use this for, or that we use to be able to like justify a higher price. And a lot of people also like look immediately at the niche. It's like, if I want to charge higher price, I need to move up market. I need to target bigger companies or whatever. Like they're already targeting companies that are doing millions and millions a month or millions a year. Let's say you're targeting a company that does 5 million a year. Like they can for sure pay the extra 3K for a retainer. This is not a big difference for them, but it's a big difference for you. So really rarely the problem is your niche. Really rarely it's the service you offer. Like people think, you can't charge 2K a month anymore for cold email. It's saturated. You have to sell something else. Like that's not the issue either. And there's also like no special sales skills that makes this happen. And it's not even the case studies. Like, yeah, of course, we have crazy case studies. So selling this is like pretty easy. We have like massive companies and massive results for our clients. So it makes it easier to do this. But again, I have seen countless of examples of someone, for example, coming to agent velocity and they're like in the beginning stages of their business. And they're charging like $500 a month, $1,000 a month. And we help them, we tell them like, hey, what you should be focusing on to do this. And they immediately can start charging higher prices, even if they don't have any extra crazy case studies or none of that stuff. So it's not that. It's not your case studies. It's not your niche. It's not your service. It's something way, way simpler. So a big thing, like why agencies struggle with pricing. Agencies struggle with pricing is they do not understand what business they actually are in. And it might sound pretty stupid when I say this, but a lot of agency owners don't really know what kind of business they run, like what's the purpose of their agency. They think that they run a cold email agency, or they think that they run a Facebook or meta ad agency, or a copywriting agency, or AI automation agency, yada yada yada. They think that the actual money is made with the mechanism. And yes, again, a lot of nuance here, like you can improve your mechanism and compete with a unique mechanism. But in the day and age that we live in right now in 2025, being able to do any of these things isn't a unique, it's not valuable anymore. The value of being able to set up a cold email campaign is like super small. I remember a few years ago, like when information about like marketing technology like this was way more scarce. People didn't really have information to this, or they didn't know how to do this. Like what I was doing then, like I would go to Apollo and I would buy like a $97 a month subscription. And because people didn't know that you can scrape these leads from Apollo, I would be able to, like, companies would come to me and they would say, hey, I heard that you scrape killer lead lists. Can you scrape us a lead list of 1,000 prospects and give us their email and their phone number and their company website and all these things? And I would say, yeah, sure, it's gonna be $1 per lead. And they would pay me $1,000 for this lead list. And they would be like super fucking excited about it. They were like, this is the best thing on earth. Like, can we buy more? Can we buy more leads? This is the best thing on earth. Because they used to do this. Like, they would previously spend like months building a list like this manually. So getting it for $1,000 was like an amazing deal. They would save like thousands and thousands of dollars, and they would save like months of time. So it was a really good deal for them. And there was just like even basic stuff like this, like building a lead list from using Apollo. It was pretty unknown. Market wasn't sophisticated. People didn't know that you would be able to do this. So there was like information gap. Like what pretty much you were making money from was like you were earning from information arbitrage, if that's how you write it, you know? Like the reason why you were able to make money was like the market's knowledge was here and your knowledge was here, and there was a gap, and this gap was what made you money. Like someone was here and they wanted what you had, so you could charge for this. But in 2025, that's not the case anymore. 2025, hard to make money from info arbitrage. And yeah, like there's not that big an opportunity doing this anymore, like making money from info arbitrage, because information is so info about anything is so easy to get. Like there's no bottleneck of information. Like people are YouTube content being made from this, blogs, articles, whatever. And the biggest one on this is AI, the development AI. Like previously, for example, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you could go to a really, really unsophisticated market. Like let's say you went and started selling, and you can still do this in certain markets. I'm not gonna say them, but you can still do this in some markets. But you can pretty much go to any niche and say like, hey, I can set up a cold email campaign for you, and it's gonna be personalized, and you're able to reach out to 500 prospects every single day. They would be like, holy shit, we want that. We don't know how to do that. And you could make money from that. You could charge $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month to run that system, because there was no other option. But nowadays, if someone wants to do that, they go to ChatGPT, and in ChatGPT they write, give me detailed step-by-step SOP on how I can set up an email campaign, sending 500 emails a day, make the emails completely personalized and with good deliverability. link me, tools, other options, etc. And you can just fucking prompt ChatGPT and it's gonna give you like a pretty solid answer. Again, it's not the perfect, of course, like if you are inside the industry, have better deliverability protocols, etc. But people are able to do this stuff, you know? It's gonna tell them exactly how to do everything, what tools to use, how to set up everything. And the same goes for, if we stop this, okay, now do the same for setting up B2B conversion meta ads on lookalike audiences. And boom, you can do it for fucking Facebook ads, you can do it for cold email, you can do it for anything. Like if I wanted to learn some super complex Clay, Trigify 17-step social intent-based email workflow, I could spend like 2 hours on YouTube and an hour prompting ChatGPT, and I could build any workflow, any automation, anything that I ever wanted really fast. You know, I could get it from here. So the ability to do this really complex technical and tactical shit isn't valuable anymore. Pretty much you are just, like if you sell the execution of something that people already can get. So let's say your offer is that you set up a cold email campaign, or let's say you run meta ads or do a VSL funnel or whatever. Like if you sell the execution of this, if that's your main value prop, that you know how to do this, pretty much what you are selling is just your time to execute on something that they already have information on. You're just an extra pair of hands. You're just workforce. You're not selling skill. You're not selling any like secret information. You are just selling your time. So they don't have to do it themselves. And even a fucking retard can understand that it's not super valuable to do that. You can't charge $5,000 a month to do that. Or you can, but it's gonna be way harder. So what is the reason, or what is the way on how to actually charge high prices? What do people actually pay for in? What do people pay big money for in 2025? And this is going to apply to every single marketing agency, no matter what marketing agency you run, this is going to apply to you. In 2025, all agencies pretty much sell the same service, or all big money agencies. So all the agencies that actually make a lot of money and sell high prices, or sell with high prices, sell the same service or sell the same thing. And it's the marketing fundamentals. And now you're gonna click off the video. Marketing fundamentals. I don't wanna fucking talk about this shit. But this is what people make money for. Cause think about it. If in 2020, let's use 2022. 2022 as an example. It was like hard or no info on how to do, for example, cold email. Not many companies doing cold email. The companies who did it were able to get away with mid-bad campaigns or mid-bad execution because there was low competition. If there's only, let's say, 10 companies in your niche sending out cold emails, they don't have to be super good because there's such a low number of them. You don't have to be unique, you don't have to stand out. Just the fact that you're able to send a cold email out at a high volume, like that was enough to get really good results. But in 2025, because everyone can send out cold emails or run ads or do VSL funnels or fucking do whatever, you know, they can prompt ChatGPT and write copy. Anyone can do it if they want to. So there's a big amount. There's a lot of these companies doing it. So for you to get good results, you have to stand out. You have to be better. Your execution has to be way better than anyone else's. So how can you have better execution? It's the marketing fundamentals. If your marketing fundamentals are better in a marketplace where everyone has access to the same technology and same tactics, you're going to win. So marketing fundamentals. What is this? And I can put it into 3 sentences in a really simple way. It's who you target, what you say, how you say. And as a 4th bonus one, when you say. But these are like the 3 big ones. Who you target, what you say, how you say. And again, super fucking simple. But no matter if you're selling ads, if you're selling cold email, if you're selling VSLs, if you're selling email marketing for the backend, if you're selling creative UGC creatives, if you are able to figure out this for your clients, you can make them a lot of money because they are able to have way better campaigns. They target the right people. They know their pain points. They know what desires they have and what terms they have and what emotional triggers they act on. And you're able to craft a message tailored around their interest and things that resonate with them. So if you are able to figure out these three fucking things for your clients, you will make them so much more money because this is the value right now. This is the unique value prop now. The unique value proposition isn't anymore being able to build some kind of a fucking system. Everyone can do that. Of course, you can build operational mode and you can have a more efficient system and you can compete with that. But if you want to charge the big money, if you want to charge $5, $6, $8, $10,000 a month retainers, in most cases, this is the best way to do it. And in a lot of cases, it's the only way to do it. And you need to figure out this shit. So this means pretty much the concrete differences. If you are selling like, let's say $2,000 a month cold email offer, $2,000 a month cold email offer, and I'm just trying to keep it here on this side so it doesn't go below the face cam. $2,000 cold email offer versus $8,000 a month cold email offer. Here, what's happening is we set up infra, we scrape leads, we manage inbox, we save you time so you don't have to do it yourself. This is pretty much what you are doing, and this is what you are selling if you're selling something for like $2,000 a month. Your pretty much whole value prop is that you do it for them. They could do it themselves, but you do it for them, so it's easier, it's more fun. They don't have to do it themselves, and there's like less risk that it's not gonna work, that they mess something up. They're pretty much just outsourcing this annoying shit to do. But an $8,000 a month cold email offer is, we do market research, we interview your prospects, we figure out what your prospects respond to, what to say to get them to convert, what pains do they have, what terms do they use, who is best audience segment to sell to. And you figure out these fundamentals. And this is what is unique, because then when these things are figured out, you will beat everyone who's just doing like generic ChatGPT bullshit. You know, if someone writes a cold email with ChatGPT, like yeah, they can do it, but they're gonna get beaten 10-1 by someone who actually understands how to get these people to convert. It's like the most basic form of marketing, understanding the psychology behind your niche and why they would ever buy any offer. And this is what you do. And the great thing about this is this alone is super fucking valuable. When you do this for your clients, like you can take this information, you can take all the research and all the analysis and everything that you've done, and you can put it on cold email, you can put it on LinkedIn campaigns, you can put it on ads, you can use it on fucking cold calling, you can write VSLs based on it, and it's gonna work really fucking well because you have done the groundwork. So this is also like more valuable. First of all, it works way better, you get way better results. Second of all, it's a unique skill. It's a skill that ChatGPT can't do. This is something that there's no tool for. There's tools that try to do it, but actually there's no good tools that can do this. So there's no tech or tools that can perform this. So immediately it's more valuable because it can only be performed by humans, and humans who are actually good marketers. Second thing, it's really fucking hard to figure this out. It's gonna take practice. You have to study a lot. You have to practice, you have to experiment, you have to test. So again, less people have this skill. And third of all, it's more valuable. Once you do this, you can use it in other channels as well. And it's just gonna get better results. So this is the difference between a $2,000 a month retainer and $8,000 a month retainer. And if you just figure out becoming fundamentally really fucking good, no matter what service you sell, you are going to be able to charge so much more for your services, and you can't be replaced by ChatGPT or whatever the fuck. This is gonna make you golden. And this is what we focus on. So for example, when we do cold email campaigns, we first start out with doing really intensive market research for the first few weeks before we even write out a cold email. Because we know that writing cold emails isn't valuable anymore. It's actually writing good cold emails. That's the money where the money is made, you know? And this is what every marketing agency who actually makes good money is selling. The delivery mechanism just changes. Someone delivers the message with ads. Someone delivers it cold email. Someone sets up the sales process. Someone does a VSL. But at the end of the day, like, this is what everyone is selling who's actually charging high prices. But yeah, that's pretty much fucking it. Like, the difference between charging 2K a month and 8K a month isn't your case studies, it isn't your niche, it isn't your Clay expert badge, it isn't what tools you use, it's this shit. So go fucking do this shit and you'll make a bunch of money.